the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're underway from Canton. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Back-to-back carries here. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He's throwing deep to the left side. His first throw is an interception. And the Black Knights take over as he records his 10th career INT. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Pass play now. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3 and out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
Here's the snap on 4th. Laying out for this one, and he makes the catch. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
To the air now on 1st and 10. It's caught Metcalf. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
He has the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Black Knights will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Back to the well again. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Working quickly here. Another carry for him. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
They're set up at the 35 now. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Here he is on 3rd and long. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Black Knights are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets to the end zone, touchdown. The Black Knights pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. and he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Black Knights drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team can possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing a lane and doing their job. But there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Here's the handoff. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. And no surprise here, they declined the flag because the play got a 1st down, so they're going to happily let it stand. New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll run here following the penalty. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And a little space is all he needed to reach that 35-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. They'll run now on 2nd down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. We've hit the end of one in this showdown between two of the league's best. Our score, 14-0. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We're all set to start the 2nd. Offense already out to resume its drive. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Down to the 10. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Now the PAT try coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Aviators chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return starts at the 3. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless. He took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Still sticking with the passing game. On the move, headed right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And it sets up 2nd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Second and 10 now. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
They've got a man in motion. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Setting up a throw. Escapes out to the left. He's on the move. And he'll go down here at the 16. Offense in the hurry up here. From the red zone now. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. The throw is caught. Touchdown! 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Black Knights double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets crunched by a big hit. Oh, right at the 25 to end that return. Timeout called on the field. So we've got a player shaken up and at the worst time, too. They just wanted to keep everyone healthy entering the playoffs next week. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
We have a timeout now for somebody shaken up on the previous play, and as they work on him, his teammates hoping this doesn't keep him out of the postseason. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now a give on the counter. And solid running there gets him forward to the 39-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Finds him on the crossing route. He licks it in for the touchdown. The Black Knights stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't.
The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it right side. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're... While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, set now. 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Running it after the penalty. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Adding some insult to injury there, not only did they jump, but they still gave up a lengthy run, even with the head start, as this one's declined. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Canton. The Aviators at a deficit. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Back-to-back carries here. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yeah, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
And they're going to bring him down after he drives it down to the 7. Running for the marker on 2nd. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. This time it's a passing play. And in for the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is. So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Throwing from the gun. He gets a lot behind one. They connect on the deep shot. And that is a touchdown. The Black Knights get more points to end a lopsided first half. Hope you weren't settled in to call a long drive there, partner, because it only took them a matter of seconds to go all 80 yards and hit pay dirt.
Are you kidding me? I love big plays just like everybody in the building loves big plays, and it took all of them. The guys up front doing their job, and certainly the playmakers to finish it.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Black Knights stretch the lead to 23. Elliott all set for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Flush down out to his left. This is hauled in by Weaver. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here comes the final play of our first half. On first down, they'll run. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The story is halfway told. Let's see what the back half has in store as we get started in the 3rd quarter. Has this at the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Fits it through the middle. And he's in. Touchdown! The Black Knights grow the lead coming out of halftime. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Offense into the goal line set. They're going for 2. They'll try it on the ground. And he's into the end zone, so the blowout continues as they tack on 2 more. All right, I know the old adage, there is no lead that is safe in the NFL, but Brock, this lead actually feels pretty safe to me. Not sure they needed to go for 2 at this point.
Well, I'm pretty sure you know what this feels like one thing to me. Stat padding. And it's just going to come back to you at some point. Maybe not in this game, but down the road. You start padding your stats to show off, oh, look how many points we scored. Look how great a job we did. Start patting yourself on the back. Yeah, you're usually going to get hit and knocked on your backside at some point.
Elliott all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Let's go. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Offense liked how that play went. They choose to decline the penalty. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now give left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. Crosses midfield, still going. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Some insult to injury there. Not only did they jump, but they still gave up a lengthy run, even with the head start, as this one's declined.
You got caught! Yeah, that's what I like.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to the well again. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. 1st down, he'll throw it. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And that makes it 2nd and long.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And he's tackled for a short gain. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side for being able to reach that marker on fourth down. That was impressive. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run here with Blake Corum. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
Has them the touchdown. The Aviators start the second half with some needed points. It's a Blake Corum touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Shotgun now on 3rd down. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
They're going for this. Pass complete, screenplay. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing off the play fake here. Connects on the crosser. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 12 there. And they're going to have a 1st down. Throwing it again here. This is Metcalf working that right side. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Throwing deep for the end zone. Big gain downfield. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. The Black Knights piling onto the scoreboard yet again. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
3rd and long for him here. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
I think we can officially call this pile-on mode. They've been the better group all game. You felt it. This quarterback, well, he certainly felt the brunt of it. The rest of the way, Kate, this may be time.
Are you kidding me?
The Aviators getting their special teams out onto the field. And he drives it towards the other end of the field. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's a toss running left. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations and get it a team topic. That play by that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play. He's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
And again, they'll get there to meet him at the line and take him down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd and long. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this angles out and hits the sideline. That's a good punt there. They're pinned at their own 8. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
They give it to him again. Still some room at the 20. A gain of 27 yards there. And they'll have first down. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets them the first.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Working quickly here. Trying to push this past the marker. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They only needed a couple, and that is what they got. Not the most impressive gain, but a big one as they get the first. Handoff goes to Corum, running left. And they bring him down around the 34.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 34. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, and to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They're going to run on first down with Corum. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Canton. Aviators trying to do some window dressing. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll stick with Corum. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. Corum has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Gotta hurry this to the line. Trying again with Corum. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. Has it in close. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. So the penalty yardage moves him a bit closer here for 3rd and goal. And he's got a free play here. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Now we'll see them try the point after. And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is. So now after his 2nd missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. Looking for the back that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. They left him wide open. It's complete. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Black Knights continue piling it on here in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground, Corum. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Trying to set this up quick. 2nd down run by Corum. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game.
And looky here, you don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Caught at the 20-yard line. And this won't affect the outcome, but a positive note to end it as he scores as time expires. The Aviators putting up points in a game decided. So 6 points at the buzzer, Brock, but 0 effect on our final outcome.
Yeah, I get that, but I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the first plays they watch in the film room this coming week. Like you said, they lose whether that's scored or not, but Coach will always emphasize effort on the field. And reaching that end zone to end an already decided game, that is effort with a capital E.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they end the season the way they have so many games already this year, Brock, with a victory. And now they get to enjoy an extra week off to rest and prepare to host a game in the divisional round coming up in 2 weeks. So for Brock Eward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Knights are winners as we say so long from Canton.
1, 2, 3, baby.
We gotta look past it.
Okay, that hurt.
Oh, that's too bad.